Most men think that their energy, drive, and health come down to just their testosterone. But the truth is, testosterone is only one piece of a big puzzle. Every decade of your life, guys, your hormones change. I'm talking testosterone, thyroid, cortisol, insulin, and even growth hormone. And the way they shift explains why in your 20s you feel one way compared to your 40s or your 50s. So let's take the full hormone journey decade by decade. I'll show you what to watch for, what's average, what's optimized, and how to keep your edge no matter your age, guys. So let's start with your peak. And all my guys know what I'm talking about. Your 20s. In your 20s, guys, the normal testosterone level is somewhere between 600 and 900. And if you're truly optimized, it could be 1,000 plus. Here in your 20s, your thyroid and your growth hormone are at their strongest level. I tell all my 20-year-olds that I talk to is, you feel invincible. I know, fast recovery, late night, and endless energy. But if you don't watch out for bad habits, you'll destroy your testosterone. I'm talking all of those night shifts, all of that alcohol, all of those crash diets, and even those drugs. You're destroying your own hormones. What you want to do to actually optimize your levels is very simple in your 20s. Sleep, heavy lift. If you want to do supplements, all you need is zinc, vitamin D, and creatine. Those actually support your testosterone and your growth hormone. In your 20s, your hormones are like a brand new car. You could drive it as hard as you want to, but you gotta do the maintenance. If you don't, it's gonna fall apart. Even in your 20s, guys, make sure you get some lab work done so you'll thank yourself later in your future. In the 30s, this is where the first cracks start to show up. Testosterone in your 30s is somewhere between 500 and 700. If it's optimized, it can get up to 900. Here in your 30s is when cortisol starts to creep up from stress, guys. You guys know what I'm talking about if you're in your 30s. And your thyroid naturally slows down. I tell guys, career stress, family life, and new responsibility all slow down your recovery. It makes that belly fat show up and motivation starts to dip in your 30s. What you want to actually do is you want to think about a little bit of ashwagandha, a little bit of magnesium, which will help with sleep and cortisol, and definitely do some fish oil for inflammation so those joints won't start to hurt. It's like your phone battery in your 30s. It's still going to work, but sometimes it seems like it dies mid-afternoon instead of lasting all day. This is the decade where labs become non-negotiable. If you're in your 30s, you need to get lab work done yesterday. The 40s. The 40s is considered the wall. This is where testosterone is between 400 and 600. And even if you're optimized, it may be between 600 and 850. This is where growth hormone declines sharply. This is where you'll notice joints start to ache, where your recovery is slower after you hit the gym. Most of the time, guys, cortisol is still high and their thyroid is still underperforming. This is when men feel old. It's not just your age, guys. It's hormone synergy starting to break down. What you want to watch for is sleep apnea, stubborn belly fat, fatigue, and guess what, guys? Libido issues. If you want to optimize these, you could think about a little bit of Tonkat Ali, a little bit of DHEA, only if your labs actually confirm it's low, and focus all of your energy on deeper sleep. This is often the first decade TRT gets real, but only after full labs rule out all of the other issues is when you should even think about TRT. It's like having a Wi-Fi router moved into the next room. Guess what? The signal is weaker and everything is just lagging. Let's talk about the 50s, aka the cliff. This is where guys' testosterone is anywhere between 250 and 450. And even if it's optimized, it may be 600 to 700. This is where insulin resistance starts to creep up. That's what causes diabetes. This is where cortisol is just, it stays high. It's just decades of being wear and tear. This is where your thyroid and your growth hormones significantly slow down. This is where you have two guys, both at the age of 55. One is drained, weak, and checked out, and the other looks active, strong, and sharp. The difference is totally hormone optimization. What you want to watch out for is ED, osteoporosis, and mood issues. If you're going to optimize naturally, you want to think about CoQ10, Vitamin D plus K2, creatine, all of those are still valuable, but you may actually need just TRT. At this stage, TRT and thyroid support are very common for guys in their 50s, so don't feel bad about needing it, but it must be guided by labs and somebody who actually can monitor it, guys. So what's the big picture? Hormone optimization is not just testosterone, guys. It's about the full system. Testosterone for the drive. Yes, guys, testosterone drives everything. But you also need thyroid for your metabolism. You need cortisol for sleep balance. You need growth hormone for recovery. And you need insulin for energy control. If one crashes, they all do. The earlier you check, the sooner you can act. So let me give you a decade recap so you can know what to watch for and where you may be. In your 20s, protect your peak. In your 30s, manage your stress and test your labs early. In your 40s, don't just blame age. Optimize your levels, guys. And in your 50s, decide if you want to just live or if you want to live strong, guys. It's very simple. If this gave you value, hit subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to break down the Fab 5 hormones every man needs to master, not just testosterone. Matter of fact, if you want to check that video out now, guys, I put it right here. You can check it out right here, guys. The Fab 5 hormone class. I go into detail about all the 5 hormones I mentioned above. It's about 30 minutes, so check it out during a lunch break. And do me one favor, guys, tap subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, and let's get started in that next video now.